Hi YouTube, it's Yudi here with my 23-week update. I'm 23 weeks and 4 days, and I'm gonna be 24 weeks on Thursday, which would make me officially 6 months, or maybe at 6 months. I can't believe it's going by so fast. I know, I think that every month that goes by, I'm like, I can't believe it's going by so fast, but that puts me at 24 weeks. It's like, Jesus, you know, I feel like I'm gonna have this baby already, like, next month, you know what I mean? But, so I'm here doing my update. I haven't had a lot of, symptoms going on. I've actually been feeling pretty good this last week. I still have been having headaches, but they're like weird headaches. You know, I have like a lot of tension on my neck, on my shoulders, and I grind my teeth at night, which I was already told by the dentist, you know, so I had to wear a night guard. And I did, but somebody named Sophia, I had my night guard in my mouth one day, and then in the morning I woke up and I didn't have it in. I guess it fell out and I never found it, and weeks later I found it under the couch all chewed up. My dog took it, so I can't wear that anymore. But just, I don't know, I just feel like I'm stressing out, and I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that I said that my blood pressure is going up. Not my blood pressure, my blood sugar. My blood sugar is going up, and it went up really high 2 days last week, which kind of scared me because I'm supposed to be well below 120, and I was at like 146 with just one bowl of cereal that I ate. But it went back down. It's normal again, but still I was like trying to eat healthier. Peanut butter I heard was good. I try to eat like turkey sandwiches instead of like eating my cheeseburger that I've been craving so much. But you know, and I haven't been walking anymore. I kind of got out of work late last week, you know, so by the time I got out I was just like, I just wanted to come home and lay down. But yeah, so I think that's why I've been stressing out. I've been so worried about my blood sugar that I'm just like worried that I'm gonna get diabetes. So but yeah, like it was just those 2 days, you know, and it was the day after I went walking, you know, which was weird. And that night, that day that I went walking, I worked the night shift, so when I went home, you know, I do a lot of sitting down at night because we don't get a lot of people. I feel like I got something stuck in my throat, but so I do a lot of sitting down, and so I was sitting in the desk, you know, in the chair, and I noticed that one of my shoes felt really tight, you know, so I took one off. And you know, sometimes I'll take my shoes off when I'm at work, and you know, but then I put them back on, or put my shoe back on, and it still felt really tight. So then when I looked at my foot, my ankle was swollen. Like, not even like my foot, it was like the ankle part that was swollen. It was like really puffy, and I was like, oh my god, you know. And I put it next to my other foot to see the difference, and it was like, you can see this big puffiness like around the ankle, and I was like, what, you know, why is it swollen? I think it's because I went walking that day, and I was like, my feet have never swelled up. And it was funny to me, you know, because I'm like, just a 20-minute walk did that to my foot. But that's not the reason why I haven't been walking, you know. But I don't know. And it's funny, you know, right now that I'm talking, I can feel the baby moving a lot, and she's just like kicking. And she's been moving so much lately that the other day, me and my boyfriend were laying down, and she just kept moving and moving. So then I laid on my back, and then I kind of pressed on my stomach like a little bit, and I was just holding it, like waiting to see if I could feel her, because I haven't felt her kick from the outside, only from the inside. So we were watching TV, and I was like I was like pressing on my stomach, and I was watching TV, and something came up about Obama or something, and then I was gonna say, oh, I was gonna tell my boyfriend something about Obama, when I felt this huge kick, like, from the outside, and I took my hands away, and like I yelled, and my boyfriend was like, what, and I'm like, oh my god, she just kicked my hand, and it was like scary because it was so hard. She kind of went like, boom, like, move your hands, you're squeezing me. So then he starts cracking up because I got like so scared. Hold on. I don't know who she's barking at. I think somebody's knocking. Oh well. Anyways, so then my boyfriend puts his hand on my stomach. I told him, keep your hands right here. This is where she kicked. Because I wanted him to feel her, because he never feels her. So then finally she kicked again. And then he just starts laughing like, oh my god, because he felt her. And then she kicked again. So we both felt her, kick us twice. Well, she kicked me 3 times. And I was like, oh my god, her kicks are getting so much stronger. And, I feel her a lot during the night because I'm like laying down and she's just moving and moving and moving. And it's like, Jesus, but. So that's pretty neat. And, I've always had weird dreams. But, I've been having these dreams where there's like this man that is like breaking into my house, and like, because we have 3 piggy banks for the baby. We have one with all quarters, nickels, and dimes, and then we have 2 other ones with just dollar bills, that we put in there, and we don't want to cash it out until the baby's born, because that's going to be like money for her, that we're going to spend on her. And we've already filled up 2 piggy banks with dollars, and so we need to buy a 3rd one. They're not that big. They're probably like as big as like a small watermelon. But so in my dream I dreamt that this guy broke into the house and he was trying to steal the piggy banks, and I was like, leave my baby's money, like, give me back her money, And then I had this other dream where I was laying here by myself, and then I woke up and there was this shadow of a man standing like at my door, like just staring at me. And it's just weird, it's like why am I dreaming like that somebody's like trying to get us or breaking into the house? Like, it's just weird. And but yeah, I haven't had any more of those lately, but I had some more dreams the other day too, but I don't remember what they were. And then another thing that I've been feeling, and I've been feeling this for a really long time, but I never remember to say anything. But this time I actually made notes on my phone, so I could remember. I get like this anxiety, like, I don't know if it's called anxiety, like this weird feeling on my hand, especially at night when I'm trying to fall asleep. I get like this feeling where I have to like squeeze my hand or like smack it, and it's like on the tip of my fingers, and I have to like press on them, and it's just like this annoying like feeling, like I don't know how to describe it. And my mom said she used to feel that on her feet when she was pregnant, and my sister said she used to feel that like all over her hands, and she just wanted to like rip out her hair. I haven't gotten to that point yet, but it is annoying because I get it at night, especially when my boyfriend's here, and he likes to hug me when we sleep, and I'm not used to like, I'm used to sleeping by myself. So when he's here and he's like trying to hug me, I'm like awake, and then I start getting that like feeling like, oh, I just want to move around and kick around. So it's really hard for me to sleep because I'm trying not to wake him up, because then he thinks I don't want him to hug me and stuff, but it's not that. It's just I get this feeling in my hand that it's always on the left hand too, so. But yeah, what else? And another thing, I've been feeling this thing on my nose, like right up here in the corner. I felt like this little, like a pimple that kind of hurt. And then it went away. This was like in the beginning of my pregnancy. And then it came back. And it burns, like right in here. It burns. And then now that like the pimple's gone, but I still get this burning sensation like right in here, and it's like annoying because I have to do this. Like just press on it because it burns, and it's like I've had it for weeks. And it won't go away. I don't know what it is, but yeah, so just those things I felt. Yeah, like now I'm gonna start itching. I get a lot of itchiness on my nose. I don't know if you noticed that I'm always doing this, but it itches, and my nose was bleeding a little while ago, and I get bloody noses all the time. Like, it's embarrassing. I'll be at work, and then I'll be like helping someone, and then I'll just feel like something come down like here, and it's like blood, and I just go like this, and I'm like, oh, I'll be right back, and have to run to the bathroom and like clean it. But a little while ago, like before I went into the shower, my nose was bleeding so much and it wouldn't stop, and my doctor's like, oh, have you been getting a lot of bloody noses? And it's funny because this last appointment that I went to, I swear, almost as soon as she said that, my nose started bleeding, and she goes, oh, there you go. And she's like, that answered my question. And then I was like, oh my god, you know, she gave me some tissue to put in my nose, and just my nose is bleeding all the time. So, and she said that was normal, that's something that happens with pregnancy. But I mean, I've had bloody noses all my life. Like, since I was little, I was always like with my little paper in there, but I swear it's gotten worse. And but other than that, I feel good, you know. I haven't been as cranky as I was last week. I mean, I did have a day or two when I was cranky, but towards my dad, and you know, it's like as soon as he walked in the door, like I could hear that he got here, and I was already like pissed at something. And I was like, my poor dad, and he would just ask me something, and I would just look at him like I was already mad, and he's like, okay. And then like later I felt bad for being mean. I mean, I wasn't mean, but you know, he could just tell I was in a bad mood. And then I was like trying to make conversation, like, oh, you know, because I felt bad for being in a bad mood with him. But I don't know. And then there's days where I feel really sad, like I just feel like crying for no reason. And you know, I was putting on Facebook that I hated these mood swings, and all my friends are like, oh, that's part of pregnancy, you know, you get happy, you get sad, you get mad, like we all been through it. So I'm like, okay, at least I'm not crazy. But yeah, so, but everything is good. I weighed myself at my sister's house earlier, and I lost like 4 pounds. But I always lose weight on her scale, then I go to the one doctor and it's like higher. So I'm not even gonna say I lost 4 pounds. So I take that back. I was lying. Well, I wasn't lying, but anyways, I'm gonna do a quick belly shot. I still don't notice the difference, you know. I'm gonna be 6 months already, and I tell my sister I look exactly the same, and she's like, just wait, because my sister, like I said earlier or my other video, she's really fit. Like, she takes care of herself, so she's all thin, and in all her pregnancies she never showed that she was pregnant. Like, she'd be 6 months and you can barely see, like barely, like if she like went like tightened her shirt like back, you know, you can barely see this little bump. And she's like, you know, we just have a lot of room in there, I guess, or something. And she's like, you're not gonna show. She's like, just wait until like the last 2 months. She's like, you're gonna like have this really big bump. But I still don't think I will, but we'll see. So I'm gonna do the belly shot now. Let me put you this way. Hopefully this thing doesn't fall. I have to put the laptop on top of a box because it's like really low. Anyways, so here's my belly. Still don't think there's much of a difference. It's from the front, and it's from the side. You know, it's funny because up here I feel like it's getting harder, but all the babies kicks and stuff, movements, I actually feel down here. Like in here is where I feel her move. Like one time I felt her kick up here, but like not up here, it was like up here. And I was like, I thought it was funny because I'm like, what is she like face down with her feet up? And I felt her kick a little bit, but that was just one time. So yeah, so there's my belly shot. I don't think I have anything else to say, so that's it for now. Thanks for the people that have been watching. You know, I hope you guys don't think my videos are boring. And I'll be back with my 25-week update next week. All right, you too. Take care. Bye.